Happy Saturday. And it is a happy Saturday. Mrs. Old Guy and I went to Paonia, the little town down below us, and this weekend they're having the Mountain Harvest Festival. And so lots of vendors and a ton of food and live bands and stuff like that. So we went down for a while. Didn't spend any money, but we had a good time. We had a good time. I wouldn't spend any money just because it's just so much for, $15 for a hamburger. And it's like, as much as I would like to, because it smells really good and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope everybody themselves is having a good start to your weekend. Happy birthday to my sister-in-law, Shar. Happy birthday, and Doug, my brother. Happy birthday to you coming up. But right now, hope you're having a good day. Have we got anybody in the room? Nobody's in the room yet? That's okay.
Hi.
Yeah.
Nobody's in chat. Oh, Carol's there.
Hi, Carol. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, so today it's a Denver omelet, which isn't going to be terribly difficult or take a whole lot of time. So I'm going to kind of be schmoozing a little bit here and try and make this a stream at least somewhat worth watching, because there's not a whole lot of actual cooking to do, and I'm really trying to stay off my leg as much as I can today and like maybe tomorrow. Walking around the Harvest Festival, it was fun seeing everything, but it was a pretty painful walk. So we didn't hang around for a whole long time, but it was pretty fun. Hi, Eli. Happy Saturday. I'm just going to be kicking back and relaxing for a while here. Pretty simple stuff to make a Denver omelet, so it gives me time to play around a little bit. We can do a little Q&A. I got some kind of weird things that happened. Or that are just kind of weird facts kind of thing we could talk about. But right now I guess we'll wait for a few folks to get in the room and have a seat at the table. We'll talk a little bit.
Carol asked Eli how hot it was, and he said 115 today.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. That's hot. Wow.
Too hot.
Yeah, that's too hot. It's not anywhere near that here. But of course there's about 1,000 miles difference or so between us. So oh, a very quiet day here, at the house anyway. Yeah, not much. We took the dogs for a walk this morning early. It was a little chilly, but it was nice.
It was nice.
And Polly's leg is pretty much back to yeah. She's the last couple of days we've let her run a little bit, and afterwards she hasn't been limping and so forth. About 6 weeks after she jumped out of the car, we let her run a little bit, and it was just too soon. She really limped around, so I think we waited like closer to 10 weeks.
Yeah.
This part right here, and then yeah.
And we don't let her run a lot.
No.
It's just a little bit.
Yeah, let her run for a little bit, and I think she maybe is taking it easy herself. Maybe she knows there's a limit. I don't know, but she's done good and she hasn't been limping, so I'm just happy about that. So.
Lisa's your wild man.
Hey, Lisa, wild man. Denver Omelet. Yeah, yeah.
She says, hope your leg's doing better.
Actually, it's really just the same. But thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping to hear from the. Oh, don't tell me. From the orthopedic surgeon. My case was referred to a place down in Delta, which is about 40 miles.
Yeah.
And I have to wait to hear back from them. And I was hoping to hear from them yesterday, but that didn't happen. So I'll be calling them on Monday morning. Since I know that's where the referral got sent to, I'll call them and see if they've gotten it and whatnot. Get myself an appointment set up. Yeah, I'm gonna be on top of this one.
Ralph, sir.
Hi, Ralph. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a good yesterday, which is my today. Guys in the future. Well, see, Ralph is future man, and Greg is future man because Ralph is further into the future than Greg is, so he's future man. So I got a lot of prep just done while I was sitting here. I'm like I said, I want to stay off my feet as much as possible. So as long as I can, I'm going to sit right here. And I'll stand up when I actually have to start doing some cooking. And when I do start, it'll just be starting by getting this tater going for the home fries. But even that's not going to take terribly long. So I thought we'd just chat for a little bit and maybe talk about Halloween coming up. And I've got some, I don't know, fun facts that to talk about. But so how about you guys? How is your weekend so far? Anything going on in your area? Any festivals of any sort? One we have is all weekend, so it'll be there tomorrow too. We'll probably drop back down again for another look. We plan on going to look at the Aspen tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll drive back down into Paonia when we're done and catch the crowd there. That's what's going on with us.
Ralph says today I'm an hour even further into the future because daylight savings started last night.
Holy moly. An hour even further into the future. Well, then I know how this Denver omelet's going to turn out, and I hope it was good. I have to wait. See, he's not going to tell me. He knows that he can't tell me because it'll mess with the space-time continuum thing. If you tell me what's going to happen, so I respect Ralph for that, and it's probably the best thing too. For him not to tell me how my omelet or any other food, is going to turn out. So.
I think our daylight savings is like November 3rd or something.
Yeah, it's coming up. I don't like it. It really doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, you can't. It doesn't change anything other than the time, and that's just ridiculous to switch it back and forth a couple of times a year. Why bother? I mean, one or the other. Just set it and leave it. There are other things that are more important, more things that are, I think they had their reasons to start with, and I never really agreed with it anyway. But you know, their reasoning. But it is what it is, right? I don't like it, and I don't now, and I never will.
Eli's asking Ralph for some lottery numbers.
He won't do it, Eli. Ralph, you know, Ralph's a stand-up guy. He's not going to do anything to mess that, you know, the whole universe, you know, for somebody asking, you know, like, how did my pie turn out? You know, because even just that little thing, you know, it's like the butterfly effect. You know, here it just starts as something small, but ends up with something big deal, you know, so it's not, you know, I'm not going to mess with that stuff.
Ralph says it confuses him.
me too. So I mean, like the Eiffel Tower grows. It's actually taller in the summer than it is in the winter. One of those dumb facts, but it is. It's a half a foot taller in the summer. You can look it up if you want to, because I did. Right there. Okay, you know, not that that's, you know, that amazing of a deal, but I mean, that seems like a lot.
Carol said that the time used to happen just before Halloween, and it's really messed up our thing with the kids. So
I guess I'm not following.
it happened just before Halloween.
What happened?
It used to the time change.
Oh.
And it says, she said it really messes up our timing with the kids. Because it changes later now.
I don't know. It didn't mess me up as a kid. There were a lot of other things that did that. I can laugh about it now. Kinda. All right. I got another one of these dumb facts. What else? What is it? The Sahara Desert is not the world's largest desert. It is, in fact, Antarctica. They consider it a desert. A desert is defined by the amount of waterfall or moisture that it gets, and Antarctica gets less than the Sahara Desert. So technically, even though it's covered by ice, it's still a desert.
Jeff's here. Hello, everyone.
Well, hey, Jeff.
Driving home from work.
Awesome. Well, you know, keep yourself safe while you're doing it. Keep yourself safe. The old Denver omelet. You know, we didn't really eat much today yet, so I want to just start doing it right now. But if I do that, the stream's going to last like a half an hour. And that's me cooking, eating, and diving into that yummy pie that I made yesterday. I cannot wait to eat it. Lemon meringue pies is one of my favorites. It's not my favorite, but it is definitely up there in the top 10.
Lisa said candy corn, LOL.
Oh, candy corn's coming up. And usually what Pops Off does is not particularly pleasant, but there was a couple that he did that was really good.
You know, it says that candy corn should be in the Hell Witch.
You know, I don't think it'd make it much. Well, it might actually improve its taste because I really hate horseradish. Give me some horseradish here and some candy corn here. Bet you I'm gonna eat the candy corn. Okay, that was dumb. Nobody, I guess, would just sit there and eat horseradish.
Ralph told Carol we just lock our gate for Halloween, problem solved, LOL.
Well, the highway here solves that issue. There's nobody in their right mind would go trick or treating along this highway here. No parent in their right mind would let their even take their kids.
Yeah.
It's just too damn dangerous.
They take them to the town next to us.
Yeah, they'll go down to Paonia or Hotchkiss or maybe the big town Delta. And, you know, like a lot of other places, they set up the I forget what they're called, but it's where they set up in a parking lot.
Yeah, safe night or something.
Safe night or something. Yeah, and everybody opens up the trunk of their car and they've got candy to give out to the kids, and they go around that parking lot of cars. It's a shame, because things were a lot different.
Yeah, they were.
Get a big old pillowcase full of candy.
Jeff says he's at a stoplight now. Yee, y'all.
Yee. How long of a drive home is it? Well, I guess I shouldn't be asking you questions that you're gonna have to answer. Hopefully you just have a safe drive there.
Yeah. Eli said the best way to start a day is with a spoonful of horseradish oil.
Mmm.
Homer's here. Homer?
Hey, Homer Simpson. How are you, Homer? Off in you're in the UK, if I remember. Oh, well, welcome. A Denver omelet. And if you don't know what a Denver omelet is, of course, eggs, but ham, cheese, bell pepper, and onion. And that's a Denver omelet. Nothing too hard to do. And Mrs. Old Guy is not a fan of eating eggs like that. Sometimes she'll eat like an Eggs Benedict, because of the hollandaise and that. But so I'm gonna make Mrs. Old Guy a French toast and just fry up some of this ham, so she'll have some French toast and ham for her dinner.
Jeff said his drive is 35 minutes.
Yeah, that's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. As long as you're not having to fight a bunch of traffic and stuff, and it's just,
Yeah.
At least that's for me.
Carol said her thing was that she had an hour less to get the kids fed and dressed up to go out.
Oh, because it got dark
Because of the
sooner.
time change.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Homer said, "Yes, mate. I'm good. Just finished work, so I'm enjoying your live stream."
Oh, well, wonderful. I'm glad you're here. Have a seat at the table, and we're just kind of shooting the breeze here a little bit before I actually start cooking anything, because it's just not something that takes a whole long time to make. So yeah, I wouldn't mind having the stream last as the 2 hours that it's normally runs. So
Will the omelet be of the Rocky Mountain variety?
a Rocky Mountain omelet. I guess in a way, yeah. I mean, not in the way you're thinking. My omelet will remain oyster free of any kind. And something that's kind of exciting, at least for my end of things. When I looked at my subscriber count this morning, I am at 1499, almost at that 1500 mark. So another little milestone passed, and so I'll have to think of something entertaining to do. I'm thinking that there's got to be a new trend, and maybe I'll be a trendsetter, but I'm not gonna eat something gross to celebrate the step forward in my YouTube doings here. So I think this time I'll make something that I absolutely love to eat, and I'll celebrate by enjoying something, and not being disgusted by what I'm putting in my mouth. So I could do something different.
Jeff says there's traffic. They are all from out of state or country.
Yeah. Yeah, we sure get a lot of. I notice we get a lot of people from Texas during the warmer months, and sometimes even in the winter, but mostly in the summer. We'll see them flock here, everywhere. People from Texas, and that, I guess Colorado is their vacation home.
Yeah. Lisa said, "Yep." Wild Man says, "Thanks, Tom, for the omelet."
Oh no, thank you, Wild Man, because this is actually it's a double treat, actually, because I really like Denver omelets, so, but it's also nice to have a meal that I can be a little more relaxed and just take time to maybe talk with you guys a little bit, and just something a little bit different, not quite so busy, and plus it's a bonus if I can stay off my leg for for these 2 hours rather than standing on it for even just the hour. We were on for an hour and 10 minutes last night, and I paid for it. Standing up that long. So I'm hoping that this time, I'm going to avoid that fun.
Jeff said, #safety meeting.
Safety meetings. Safety meeting every morning.
Ralph says, "Sounds like a good idea. I'm not too keen on watching people eat gross stuff either."
Yep. And the 1,000 sub raw oyster with the. Now I understand that there are people that absolutely love raw oysters, and that's okay. I'm glad. That's fine with me. I like oysters Rockefeller, which is still pretty much just the oyster in the shell, but at least it's been kind of cooked with the breading on the top, and it changes the flavor a little bit. And that was okay. I forget what else, like some horseradish, a dash of sauce of some sort. It's been way too long, but that one wasn't too bad. But raw oysters, no. Fried oysters, sure. But no. Anyway, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Any plans for Halloween?
Yeah. Well, our plans for this Halloween are, other than doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show Halloween weekend. So I think it's like the 27th and 28th or something. Friday and Saturday night. Other than that, on Halloween itself, we're just gonna have our buddy over, and I'll probably like throw some chicken wings in the smoker or something like that. And we'll watch some stupid slice and dice movie, and yeah, he always brings over a bag of Halloween candy. So how about the rest of you folks? I mean, we used to decorate like crazy, but there's no trick-or-treaters here, so there's no sense in it.
Jeff said the restaurant was at full capacity today.
Yep. Well, and how big is the place again? I don't know if you've told me.
Carol said, "Move for Greg." Because Polly was in there drinking.
Yeah.
I says a raw oyster smoothie.
No. No raw. Who said that?
Eli.
Eli. Raw oyster smoothie. No. I'm like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm done. Eating gross things for celebrations, for milestone celebrations on my channel. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be doing it, because doing gross stuff still, because the new challenge, you know, for those of you that didn't hear last night, but they're, because Wild Man won the Vienna sausage milkshake chug. Crazy Food Crew was able to pick their choice for the next challenge, and they put up 2 challenges for vote. So you guys actually get to pick what nastiness we have. There's going to be Sean in the Pack, myself, Destin Goblin, and the Crazy Food Crew. And this time, I believe Tim is on the chopping block. Crazy Dad himself is on the chopping block. So the challenge is up for vote on all 4 channels. So we got the Hillbilly Hell Witch. And let's see if I can remember now. It was the horseradish. Okay, we had it last night. Horseradish, goat cheese, chicken livers, and tuna fish.
Yes.
And then a shot of juice from the banana peppers. And like I said, I'm not looking forward to it at all. That's what's winning. There's another one that's Oreo dip, and it's just a bunch of Oreos that we got to dip in different sauces, like soy sauce and barbecue sauce and whatever, hot sauces and stuff. But I would rather do that than eat that Hell Witch. So. And I imagine the winner has to eat the entire Hell Witch. So I'll be lucky if I make it past the first bite. I'm just not built for eating that stuff. I try, and I don't succeed. But you never know. You never know. I might be able to handle the horseradish, which I absolutely hate. Okay, I'm just going to slowly kind of dice these up. Yeah, just taking it easy. Okay, what else we got here? The Great Wall cannot be seen from space. Just, that's what it says. It's too narrow.
Interesting.
Can't see it from space. I know, that's dumb. But that's all I got, guys. What are you having for your dinners? I gotta ask that, right?
Yeah.
What are you guys having for your food?
Ronald's here.
Hey, Ronald, happy Saturday. Hope things are well in your world. I am just dicing up some potatoes for my home fries.
Carol said if I cut potatoes like that, we'd never eat with this big family.
Yeah, well, and I could cut these a lot quicker, but I'm in no hurry, so. But I understand the point. Try to dice up a bunch of potatoes for a large family.
Homer's having mac and cheese.
Nice.
Eli said, in the words of the great Carl Pendleton, it's the all right wall of China.
It's the all right wall of China. It's all right. It, it ain't great, but it's all right. Like that. The all right wall. Got another one here that I didn't know until I wrote it down here. Let's see. Let me get these taters in some water here. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of blanch these a little bit. I want them kind of boil out some of the starch. Okay, so turn the paper over here. Bananas. Bananas are actually a berry, and strawberries aren't. Bananas are a berry, and strawberries aren't a berry, botanically speaking.
Yeah.
So, bananas qualify as a berry because they develop from a flower with one single ovary, and that's considered a berry. Strawberries, on the other hand, are considered an aggregate food or fruit because the flower they develop from has multiple ovaries. So, how about that?
Cool.
Bananas are a berry. Banana berry. Like me some nannerberry. Oh, the dreaded tater peel.
Lisa said we had a ham and pineapple casserole and baked mac and cheese dinner.
Ham and pineapple. Say that again.
Ham and pineapple casserole
Okay.
and a baked macaroni dinner.
Hmm. That sounds good. Different. Sounds good.
And Eli said, if you've ever seen An Idiot Abroad, I highly recommend.
Okay. An Idiot Abroad. I've met many an idiot abroad, but oh, that wasn't nice. Let's get rid of that knife. We want to keep the taters out of the tater zone here.
Yep.
Keep it tater free as possibly can. It's just the law of the jungle. Okay, it may not be the law of the jungle, but it's the law here. Okay, it's not even really a law. It's just something we do. We gotta keep it straight here. On August 27th, 1896, the UK, the United Kingdom, and Zanzibar had the world's shortest war. Shortest war in the whole world ever. 38 minutes long. They didn't say who won. And I didn't ask. I don't.
Homer wants to know, how are the dogs?
The dogs are well. Polly is doing really well. She's pretty much healed up from her little jump out of the car incident early this spring.
Yep.
And Chumley, he is also doing a lot better. Been on thyroid medicine now for a couple of months or so, and he's pretty much back to his old self. You know, pretty much puppy play. You know, he'd almost chase his own tail at times. So they're doing very well. They're both sleeping at the moment, but you know, and that's not a bad thing.
When we take him on their walk, he likes to go up the hill and lay down on his back and kind of wiggle back and forth and slide down the hill.
Yeah, it's
really funny.
Yeah, it's a very grassy hill, and it's pretty steep. And yeah, he'll climb up, you know, a few feet, and I can tell when he's gonna do it because he kind of makes this weird move, and he sets his butt down and he wiggles down, and he just slides down the grass. He'll do it 3 or 4 times. He has a good time with it. And I was wondering if he would do that with snow, but the area he does that is a little more than a foot trail through some rocks and stuff, and it just wouldn't be safe to walk through there in the winter. A lot of hidden rocks and things.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, but it would be fun to see if he did. Maybe we can find a place. But,
Yeah. We seen a bunch of deer back in there one day.
yeah.
And either, a fox or a coyote.
Coyotes, I believe, just like a week or so ago. Yep. There's rabbits, all kinds of rabbits on that little trail.
Lizards.
Yep. Lizards and rabbits and deers. Oh my.
Carol said we had dinner at noon, pork loin cutlets breaded in zatarans and then fried in bacon grease. I soaked the chops overnight in seasoned buttermilk and tenderized them.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
Yep. Well, and that's kind of reminds me of what's coming up next weekend, and that is schnitzel.
Yep.
And I like that generic term, schnitzel, because there are a whole bunch of different kinds of schnitzel. So I'm gonna have fun, and my guess is I'll probably make my favorite schnitzel, which is Jaeger schnitzel. Might just do that. We'll see. Yes. And
You might roll it, since you have
what's that?
you might draw since you have a minute. Draw next week's.
Draw. Oh, draw. See, I'm thinking draw what? What do you want me to draw next week? How am I going to do that? What does next week look like? So actually, next week is that schnitzel. Yep, and now the week after.
Carol says, what is that?
What is what?
Jaeger schnitzel.
Jaeger schnitzel. Basically, it's a pork schnitzel that is covered with a really delicious mushroom gravy, and typically it's served with Spätzle, which is like a German. It's kind of a cross between a dumpling and pasta. And they also, I've seen it served with cabbage. Sorry about that. Let me turn this down. Seen it served with a sour cabbage, kind of like sauerkraut. You know, just depends where you get it. But Jaeger schnitzel is
Yummy.
the first time I had it when I was in Germany. I liked it so much that I actually I ate 3 more. So I ate 3 full Jaeger schnitzel dinners that night. Delicious. I didn't regret a minute of it. I wish I could go back and do it again. All right. I pulled the ticket. I'm not sure what that means exactly. Some kind of it's from Dawn.
Yeah, I'm not sure what a Filipino chicken pork adobo.
Chicken pork adobo. So I have no idea what that is. I'm really clueless on that one. So yeah, I'll have to look it up. And that sounds like we're having something with chicken and pork. So yeah, a new one on me, and that's okay. That's part of the reason why I like doing this, just because I get to try new stuff. What was the one that Crazy Dad gave us? The pepper kesh. Yeah, that was never had that before. It was delicious. It was delicious. And there was another one that we hadn't tried before, some kind of a cabbage roll or something.
Yep.
So,
I wonder if these are supposed to be two different ones, pork adobo and Filipino chicken.
maybe, yeah, maybe it's, well, I don't know. We're gonna,
We'll get it figured out. You can
yeah,
email Dawn.
email Dawn, or tell you what, just bring up a browser page real quick. I can't see it from here, but, and then, let's see here. What was it called? Filipino chicken?
Yeah.
I can just go ahead and hit that mic icon and I can ask it. This is cool. Filipino chicken recipe.
Filipino adobo chicken.
Uh-huh. So there it is. So it must be
So it
they
has
might,
nothing to do with pork.
well, there might be a pork version
Yeah.
or some with pork and chicken.
So
All
there you
right,
have
so
it.
there we have it, right there in front of you and everybody else. So hope you guys didn't mind that. It seemed almost rude, but
Joshua's here.
hey, Joshua, happy Saturday to you. Really haven't been doing much in the way of cooking, so you ain't missed nothing yet. I peeled, diced up, and I'm got a little tater kind of boiling up here for the home fries, but and they're about as done as I'm gonna want them. I just wanted to get some of the starch out. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. I don't want them cooked all the way. Oop, wrong one. Better put it down before I break something. I don't have enough junk yet. I can still open the drawers. Okay. Cold water so I can shock them. That feels good. They're cooled down. Excellent. Let's get them drained really well. Sorry about that, but gotta do what I gotta do, and that's what I did. I'll let those cool down for a little bit.
Shar said that we should take a video of Chumley sliding down the hill like that and send it to Funniest Videos.
We should. We should. I've tried to get it out. I think we have
I think we have it on video.
just a little clip
one.
of it.
Yeah.
He a lot of times when he does that, Polly will kind of like attack him, just playing, of course, but You know, she'll attack him kind of like two cats will play. You know, and it's funny. You know, but when she does that, though, that pretty much, yeah, that ends his up and down the hill. You know, he'll do it 2 or 3 times if she leaves him alone. But yeah, next time he does it.
On video again.
Yep. Yep. They are fun. I did make a short, and I think it's on one of the shorts. If I think of it, Shar, I'll show you. I'll send you a link on Facebook so you can look at it if you want. Ugh. What time is it? 2:47. I might actually start cooking some food here.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's food cooking time.
It's food cooking time.
Carol says I'm missing the chats.
You're missing the chats?
She is. Carol is.
Oh. Well, I don't understand. How are you missing the chats?
Missing you sitting here talking to me, yeah, I guess.
All right. Well,
Jeff says, sorry, I had a phone call from Mrs. Goat. Just got home safe.
awesome. Well, I'm glad you made it, and you haven't missed anything yet because all I've done is kind of par cook some diced taters.
And Flappy's got, which he's good at.
And flap my yap. Yep, I love the sound of my own voice. So I'll just keep flapping my yap till you guys are totally sick of it. Okay.
Oh, she don't see the chats, I guess. That's
Oh, that's too bad.
She says, okay, I saw that one from Goat. And Ralph couldn't see the one that Goat put up, so. It's
Interesting.
weird.
YouTube is weird. Alright. Got a little oil in here.
Jeff sees it. LOL, I'm still in the Jeep watching on the phone, LOL.
Nice. Got this ham here. Now, I guess before I do it like that, let's cut it in half. We'll cut that in half.
Oh, I ain't worried about it.
Oh no, see, that's your half. Right? Well, that's part of your half. Give a nice little dice here.
Homer says, what's all this about goats?
Adventure with goats. If you guys like to check out like old mining towns and things like that, you should check out Goats. You should be able to. Are you able to click on it and bring it up? Right click on
No, I
his
told you
channel.
that. We talked
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I'm not sure how to get to do that.
Jeff said his nickname is Goat Man. He climbed mountains and owned show goats.
There you go. Goat Man. I am Goat Man. Okay, guess I'm. Since Mrs. Old Guy doesn't want to partake of any potatoes, I'll probably keep that pretty separate and use.
There's his link.
Yep, check out his channel if you haven't yet. He Jeff lives on the other side of the state
Yeah.
from me, so perhaps one of these days we'll get a chance to meet up and maybe do a little collaboration video of some sort. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Last year this time,
You're welcome.
we entered the chili cook-off at the Martin Harvest Fest, but didn't bother this year. It was a lot more of a hassle than I wanted it to be last year, but it was my own fault. I decided that we needed two types of chili, the green and red. So it was my own fault. All right, I'm going to use some of these.
So Ralph says, I can't remember if my request of cottage cheese loaf ever made it into the tumbler. I remember you said ew, but it is really nice and doesn't taste like
Cottage cheese loaf. Is that like a meatloaf kind of thing?
I'll put it in there, Ralph.
Yep, she's going to write it down. And I'll drop it in there. All right, those are rocking.
Jeff says Colorado Springs is where he lives.
Yes, I recall now.
And he says, I would love that old guy.
I think it would be fun. Next time you happen to come up in this area, or maybe if we head down that way.
Yeah.
All right, get some salt and pepper in these taters here. Oh, a good thing I checked the lid on this. It was pretty loose. Good deal. Keep that on a mellow heat. Okay, well, starting to do some cooking. When you watch, I'll start picking at these little cubes of ham. And by the time I actually make the omelet, there's going to be just a few left. Okay, it's not going to be like that. Thank you, Mrs. Old Guy.
You're welcome.
So this is for what now?
Ralph's cottage cheese loaf.
Ralph Cottage Cheese Loaf. It is an entree, is that right? Before I put it in, let's
It is an
clarify.
entree, right, Ralph?
Yep, we'll make sure it's a main. A main, I believe it would be called this one. Before I put it in, make sure it's just not like a side dish. Like I said, I'll be picking at this ham bit. Yummy. I'm hungry. What can I say? I'm just gonna sit here and just let it do it. Just let it cook. Get in a hurry and I start messing with stuff. Better off for me if I sit a little longer and let the food cook the way it's supposed to, and I stay off my leg a little extra. So
It's a main dish. I especially like it with chili in it.
especially like it with chili. And is it the same type of chili, like a red chili, like we would eat, or? There's a lot of different types of chilies. Type foods.
Yep.
Yep, what?
It's chili, like red chili.
Okay. Just a yep isn't going to help. Oh, yep. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Well, we'll definitely give it a try. We'll look up a recipe and when the time comes, or I guess when the time comes, we'll look up a recipe. I could look one up tonight, but it probably wouldn't help me much. I'd probably forget most of it before actually making it.
Jeff says I like the burnt twice chili.
Burned twice chili?
Yeah. The burn twice chili.
Burn twice. Oh, burn twice. Okay. That makes, I guess I can understand that a little bit better than burned twice chili. Ooh. I think if you burn it once, it would be ruined.
Yes, Carol, it was the Harvest Fest chili cook-off last year.
Last year, yep. Green and red chili, but I didn't mess around either. I made a lot of chili.
Yep.
Probably, think I made 5 gallons of green chili and probably 4 gallons at least of the red chili,
Yeah.
all from scratch and all from this little kitchen. And it was not easy. It was just way too much to try and
Yep. Most of it got ate though.
yeah, oh yeah. We only brought home a little bit of the green chili. All the red chili got ate. So didn't win anything, but it was fun.
Jeff says burns going in, burns going out.
Twice burns, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's a harsh reality right there. It's nice being able to kind of have an excuse to stay off my feet. Okay, it's not having an. It's nice to have an excuse. It's not nice to have a reason. Does that make sense? Is there a difference between having an excuse or having a reason?
I don't know.
I think so. How many people really think that there's a... Never mind. I don't really want to know. Because you know something, it's just one of those things that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And I only mention it now because there wasn't anything else to do. Did I read everything off my list here? You've familiar with the term, I'll be back in a jiffy? Yeah?
Yep.
Well, that is an actual measurement of time. A jiffy. Yeah, it is an actual measurement of time. It's the measurement of time that a particle of light to move 1 centimeter. It's called a jiffy, and it is 33.3564 picoseconds. And don't ask me how quick a picosecond is, but my imagining is it's pretty darn quick. So if you're going to be back in a jiffy,
Yeah.
that's moving pretty quick. Yes. There you go. Starting to resemble something like home fries. Woohoo! Hey, Wild Man, I got a question for you. Which one of those challenges do you want to see Tim do? I mean, just personally, you'd like to see him eat that one. I'm curious.
Ralph says, I think an excuse is more for justifying doing something considered bad.
There you go. Well, then there you have it. Thank you. Thank you.
Jeff said, quicker than a jackrabbit's ass, LOL.
That's pretty quick.
And Ralph said, a reason is more like hindsight.
Exactly.
Polly took off chasing a rabbit yesterday.
She did?
She lost sight of it.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
Either that or it
Someone
just
go.
got out of, moved so quickly that, well, no, that was a different time. She chased one running up this hill. I mean, it's really steep. And, you know, the rabbit, you know, like a bullet up that thing. And Polly, you know, she was about a bullet for about 30 feet. She does try. She does try.
Somebody took off after it too yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Well, because we haven't been letting Polly run. We haven't been letting Chumley run because that would just make her want to. So, and it would be just as much. She could injure herself just about as much straining to run.
Yep.
So as actually running. So the last couple of days, they've it's fun watching them, seeing them happy again. All right. Well, again, not that they haven't been happy. It's just happy to run. Get some eggs busted open here. We're getting there, guys. I know. It's taking me a long time to even get started. That looks good.
Lisa said, Tim wants the Oreo, but I could do both, is what Wild Man said.
Tim wants to do the Oreo.
Yeah.
So do I. But he was the one that decided there should be a choice. So people are going to go for the grossest one.
Yep.
That sandwich is it's pretty gross.
Jeff says I'm doing the Hot Ones challenge in the next month or so. Hot Wing challenge, building up in heat over a 1 million scale units.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. Not anymore. And I mean, I never really did have a tolerance for super hot stuff, but now it would definitely,
Not good.
yeah, cause issues that could otherwise be avoided, and I guess that's what I'm going to roll with. Okay, so 2 meals here. French toast and ham for Mrs. Old Guy. Denver omelet for me. A little home fry. So there's an egg in there. Got a little bit of cream and milk. Get that mixed up really well. Let's add a little splash of some vanilla. And just a little shake of cinnamon. All right.
Jeff says my personal best is 9 million, the world's hottest chocolate.
Yeah. No, you No, you'd find me in the ER.
Yeah. Ralph said dogs never seem to let pain hold them back, even when they should.
Yeah. Yeah. I can tell she's doing a lot better though. For a long time, she would limp in the morning when she would get up from sleeping or whatever.
Yeah.
Like she was real stiff or something, and then as the day went by, she would limp less. Which is why we just restricted her to walk. And the last few days, she's been no limp at all. So. Okay. We're almost ready to cook food. Plain old white bread here. Couple of plates. They'll come in handy.
Steve Russ is here.
Hello, Steve. Happy Saturday. You're just in time for food to get cooked. Denver omelet for me. French toast for Mrs. Old Guy. See how we do here. That looks pretty good. All right. Let's make some French toast. All right. Like to get the raw egg off my fingers.
He said, hope you guys are having a good one.
Yeah, pretty good day. I hope you are too. Not sure that pan is quite warm enough, but I don't want it super hot anyway. Let's start getting some ingredients inside this omelet. Red bell pepper. I gotta make room for this in here for you, Mrs. Old Guy. You don't mind if I cut it in two, do you? Got a nice low heat. Low heat here. Good, good. I don't want to rush it here. Onions. I could technically just scramble this together and it would still be a Denver omelet. We're not going to play that way. Cheese. Why don't you get sick? What do you need?
I don't know. Let me see that now. Yep, go outside, Polly. Go on, go outside.
Poor thing. Wonder what made her do that. Can't forget the main part here. Ham. Alright, a little bit higher on the heat now. Do you need help, Mrs. Old Guy? Far so good. Omelet's okay. You got it okay, Miss Old Guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it cleaned up. I put the towel over there. I went out and washed my hands in the pot in the sink or in the hose.
I'm gonna go throw this in the tub. I'll be right back, guys. Yuck!
Yeah.
Nice, 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 nice. And I bet we own like the worst non-stick pans in the world.
Yep.
I want to go for another minute. It might end up being scrambled. We'll see. These stupid pans.
Yeah, we need to get new ones.
These eggs, these ham slice pieces. French toast isn't looking too bad. All right. Let me see here what I can do. Put this pulled up front where I can deal with it. See if I can get it unstuck. Yep, this has got to be just about the worst non-stick garbage.
Yep.
Another minute, maybe. Don't worry, Mrs. Old Guy's French toast is not getting it too dark at all. Looks really good.
Cool.
Back here, I'll give you your fork, and I'll slide the butter over.
Carol says, I was wondering about the pans. I ordered those, then I threw them out. That's what we're going to do with these, too.
Yeah, they're not very good. I should just stick to my cast iron.
Jeff said 13 watching and 8 likes. Hulk smashed that like.
Woohoo! All right. So that Denver omelet, it's done.
Man from the future.
Hey,
Good
Mr.
morning,
Wales.
Sunday.
Will it work?
Kinda.
Kinda, if you hit the plate.
Kinda.
I didn't miss too much of it.
Nice try.
Thanks. Get an E for effort on that one.
Crazy Food Cruiser.
Hey, Tim. Nate Dog, if you're there as well. Just pulled this Denver omelet out of the pan. got the home fried taters here. I know it's not on the menu, but there's a plain old, that's just about as ordinary as you're going to get.
Thank you.
No frills. No frills and no thrills. And my semi-collapsed Denver omelet. See if I can pretty it up a little bit. Not really. I'll show you folks the results of this light hates me. So yeah, it looks like a scrambled mess, but hopefully the taste will make up for it. And of course, I'm going to blame it on the pans and not my skills. Since I didn't bother to bring salt and pepper shakers in. Pepper. And a little salt on here. All right. Let's see. How's that Denver omelet? It's good. The only reason that these peppers work the way I did them is they'd been frozen, so they already were kind of softened up.
Well, man says it's all good.
Well, I hope so. It doesn't taste any less good though.
Eli says one of my favorite things in the world are croissant breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, I love Bob's. Like breakfast on bread
Or bun.
or a bun.
Jeff said today is his granddaughter's 3rd birthday.
Who said that?
Jeff?
Jeff. It's your granddaughter's 3rd birthday. That's awesome.
Yeah. Happy birthday to her.
Yeah. Did they live near to you? Are you able to go visit? All grandkids in this here neighborhood live in Illinois.
Yep.
The only thing I'm missing with this is a cup of coffee. But that's okay. I can do without the extra caffeine. This is really tasty. Breakfast for dinner is not a bad thing. In fact, if I remember correctly, Didn't my brother say just like not long ago that they got home from doing something and just made themselves
Yep.
some eggs or something real quick?
And Gerald said, not my grandkids. Your grandkids are lovely. They are. I like them all.
And I don't really know them.
Jeff said, yes, they live near me. My daughter and her husband and both grandson and granddaughter came into the restaurant the other day.
Oh, nice. That's way nice. Mm-hmm.
Eli says, I'm not a huge fan of Tabasco, but I always have a bottle of the green, especially for eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Tim loves Denver omelets.
This is really good. Now, granted, the peppers could have cooked a little bit, but this thing has great flavor. Yep. Plenty of cheese. Yep, this was going right on down. How's that fancy maple?
Yum.
Well, there sure is I mean, there's just a world of difference between pancake syrup and real maple syrup.
Mm-hmm.
There's just, there's no comparison. A little bit goes a long way.
Carol Talia is the cutest thing. She reminds me of my granddaughter who's the same age.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Sorry, this is the part when I get quiet.
Jim said, I seen a carrot cake today in a bakery called Mile High Cake. It had a lot of layers and not sure what all it was in it, though. But it looked tasty.
It sounds tasty.
Love carrot cake.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of carrot cake. Now that the colder months are coming up, the the frequency of a baked dessert is going to increase because it's a good way. Well, I mean, pies are a good comfort food, and it's also, I mean, our house is pretty open as far as, inside. So the heat from the oven warm up the house pretty nice.
Yep. Gila says, have you ever came around on chicken and waffles?
I've never tried it. There was something that I saw today that I wanted to try, but just couldn't see paying $15 plus for it. But it was a smashed burger in between Liège type waffles. It's a raised dough. It's closer to a bread, really, than a typical like baking powder or so regular waffle. They're really good. and he was featuring burger on a waffle. But
That's how you spell it. Liege. How it's pronounced.
Leige. I would like to try it, but I'm not going to spend. I just can't bring myself. I mean, he's a good guy. He's a friend of mine, but
Ralph asked, do you use electric blankets or heaters?
we've got. I think we talked about, you and I talked about it on Facebook about heat pumps. I think when we talked about it, I think you said your sister has that system. So that's, if I remember right, but that's what we have is some people call it a mini split. What else is it? What do we call it?
Yeah, I can't think of it.
His name's not. I just
Jeff says,
heat pump.
Yep. Jeff says, have you ever tried, or have you ever made a no-bake eclair cake? They are amazingly diabetic.
A no bake chocolate eclair cake. No, I haven't. It sounds good. I love chocolate eclairs. You start putting chocolate and cream together, Bavarian creams and whatnot. I made a pretty big one. Once was maybe a pound or more. Remember that? I'm not sure if I made a video of it.
No, I don't remember.
But
Made a video or not. Yum.
it was good. Keep your fork.
Ate every bit of it. Was good.
Awesome.
My kind of food.
Good deal. Well, I'll put this out of the way and bring. Oh,
Jeff said Google it. It's amazing. I made one for my kids. We will. We'll look at it.
yeah, she's gonna. This old guy makes notes about stuff like that, so.
Ralph says, oh, yep, I've forgotten about that. One of my sisters uses a HRV, which is like a whole house heat pump.
All right.
Eli wants to know what's your favorite donut.
My favorite donut? Well, donut
Favorite
meaning.
kind of donut.
Well, I mean a donut meaning the round shape with a hole in the middle. Because like a Bismarck is not. I don't consider that a donut, though most people do. So I want some clarification first before I commit.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I'll check it out after the screen check.
Find myself a knife that I think's worth. This will work just fine.
Craig told Eli, well, my favorite was the one I had last night. Paris breast from the LA Donut here in Birchdale.
My favorite regular donut is just going to be a raised chocolate donut. If you're talking like cream filled or filled donuts, I'm going to go for the Bismarck every single time. I do like jelly donuts also, but not as much. Crust feels really good under here. All right. So, Shar, my sister-in-law, it is her birthday today, and I made this pie for her. It's too bad that she isn't here to give it a sample, but they live in Iowa, so. I'm not sure they would overnight it. Let's get this out of the way. Take a look at the pie here. And the Swiss meringue looks like it turned out very nicely. You get a little light on it here. You can turn off as soon as I touch it. Stupid thing. See it?
Yep, pull it down slow. There you go. Looks good.
Okay. You're welcome.
You know, it says any kind of fried dough.
Yeah, well, I like them all. I mean, they make deep fried cinnamon rolls too.
Ralph said that he tried dragon fruit the other night, but he didn't like it, or didn't care for think much of it.
Didn't think much of it. Was it a strong taste or too mild of a taste? I've thought about it myself. All right.
Jeff said that looks good, Chef. Greg says yum. Now we're talking my favorite.
Oh, that's really good.
That Swiss cream goes good on.
Yeah, the Swiss meringue has a different texture. I'd say it has a creamier texture. The regular meringue is a lighter, definitely has a lighter texture. Not that any of you have or would, but as a warning, never, ever, ever freeze a pie that has been thickened with cornstarch. Freezing squeezes all the water out, or a good portion of it. And when the pie thaws out, you're going to end up with a plate full of water and a deflated pie. It looks that way too if you have a stew that you thickened with cornstarch instead of flour. It's going to look all watery and clumpy and doesn't look good at all, but when you get it hot, it kind of comes back together. So just be warned if you're freezing stuff with cornstarch in it. It's pretty dang good pie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, that pie's so good, I'd eat it for dessert. Yep. Who is asking about the Jaeger Schnitzel? Carol?
Yep.
Depending on the region of Germany that you're in, the Jaeger Schnitzel you get might be a breaded veal cutlet with a creamy mushroom gravy. Whereas in another part of Germany, you would get a pork steak pounded out, not breaded. It's still a schnitzel, it's just not breaded. And it is a kind of more of a brown gravy type. So, depending on if you want to spend a bunch of money or a little money.
So the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla is here.
Hey,
Sorry,
hey.
I haven't been in chat. I've been busy.
Oh, that's okay.
And he says, I love a good pie.
As do I. I will say, now that it's been cut, I don't mind. Is what it is. The filling did turn out a little bit soft. It did kind of.
Yeah.
But it's not going to stop me from cutting and eating another piece right now. As soon as I finish this one.
Old guy, it might be a good pie, but does it brulee?
With or without the meringue? Because I'm gonna say with the meringue, it's probably not gonna brulee very good. I suppose with just the filling, it maybe. I don't know. Does it brulee? Oh, come on.
I can go delicious.
It did. Turned out so good. I'm gonna have more. Why?
I'm gonna save mine more for later.
You're gonna save your more for later? Well, that's fine. You save your more for later, and I'm gonna have more now and more later. But I won't make it a whole more, okay? Like a half a more.
Yup.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Jeff says hashtag safety meeting.
All right. Jeff, I'd definitely like to communicate with you other than through these YouTube videos. So I think I'm going to send you an email after we wrap up here. So, and we'll go from that. All right. I'm just going to get right back into the pie, guys. Like I said, even though it did turn out a bit soft, it's what I get for following other folks' instructions on lemon meringue pie. I usually don't make mine quite this way. I like it a little more sour and not quite so creamy that you get from the egg yolks. So a lot of times when I make my version, there is usually no egg yolk in it. For me, I like it better just because it's got a brighter lemon flavor. And this is good. I'm eating 2 pieces, so it's not bad. It's just I like the other a little bit better.
Did Gypsy says, my last meringue was stiff and then went softer after refrigerated.
Was it a regular type meringue where you've just whipped it with a little maybe cream of tartar, and then popped it in the oven for a few?
He said also my first meringue.
So I was going to say, next time try a Swiss meringue.
Yep, delicious.
It's good. It's got a wonderful texture, and it's not going to deflate on you.
Jeff says, yeah, or Ralph told him about, you can tell when someone's streaming on their phone because you can't use autocomplete for their longer names. And Jeff said, yeah, I'm on my phone, and I'm also 5 feet away from my computer, lol. I'll take a picture of my desk and post it on my channel. It's a mess. Sounds like old guy's desk.
My desk and my desktop. If you were to look at the screen on my desktop, there is so many icons. It's so full of, most of it is editing for the George and Pudgy show.
Yep.
That's what almost, I'd say at least 50% of the little icons all over my desktop. Oh, that's okay. Okay. I will wait. I will wait. I don't want to.
Have more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd easily eat more.
And then you'd be paying for it.
Oh, I'm going to pay for it anyway. It doesn't matter. There's always a price. Somehow or other, managed to get pie filling all over the front of the table here, so it's going to give it a quick wipe down. That way I don't end up with pie filling all over my sleeves. Nothing up my sleeves except pie filling. So, if you guys have not voted yet on my channel, on the Crazy Food Cruise channel, on Destined Goblins channel, or Sean on the Pack's channel, you need to go do that. Do it on all four. Vote for the Hello Witch sandwich or the Oreo dip, I think.
Something like that.
Whichever you would like to see us do. The closing on the chance to vote is coming up on the 1st. So, yeah, I think that is Tuesday.
Lisa's gotta go.
So, Lisa, thank you, Wild Man. Be safe, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good week.
First is Tuesday.
Yeah. So Tuesday the voting will end, and all four channels will tally. If one is just winning above all the others, period, then that's just the way it is. But if it comes down to a percentage, whichever one gets the most votes. So we will see what happens with that. Quit picking at the pie.
Sure. Says Oreo dipping.
Oreo. Oh, she wants the Oreo dipping. Okay. Too bad you can't just go vote on my channel. I mean, because technically, I mean, you said your vote, but I can't really physically do anything with your vote. Unfortunately. If you can get to my channel on like your desktop or laptop computer,
sharp.
and I don't want to. I don't want to throw up. So I think that's the same for everybody. But whether that's going to happen or not, guess that's hard to say. My guess is the chances are I'm not going to be able to eat enough of it to throw up. You know, I probably won't even get a bite down. I hate horseradish, and the meats. I don't think they go together very well. It's just me, but I don't think that chicken liver and tuna are going to be a good mix. I have a feeling about that. I know it's weird, right? I mean, sometimes you just get those feelings that, you know, like there's something wrong, you know, or somebody's watching you or whatever. You know, this is one of those times when I just, you know, I got this feeling that sandwich is not going to be good. Not by any means, but not by any shape or means. Well, we don't have any more food suggestions. And if y'all got any more questions or something you want to talk about, we'll do that for the next few minutes. Otherwise, I might call this stream good. Dinner's been had. We've had dessert. It was all good, even if it was a little on the runny side.
Eli says, "OG Spidey senses."
OG Spidey senses. Yeah, but see that it wouldn't be Spidey senses. It would be OG senses. Because Spidey, he's a spider. I can't have Spidey. I gotta have OG senses, which, are really weird. So, we won't go into what those are. A sense of bizarreness. How's that?
Jeff said the coffee pot almost burned my house down.
Oh,
Well,
no.
That's not good.
That's not good at all.
Sean in the pack. Hello, everyone.
Well, hi, Sean. I was just mentioning you and the upcoming challenge, and that the voting is going to be coming to a close here soon. So I recommended that everybody go to everybody's channel and vote. So hopefully we'll have a whole bunch of people watching, and we still think we still need to determine whose channel is hosting this one.
Yeah.
So we'll find that out.
Carol says, have a great one. Love y'all.
Have a good night, Sure. Have a good night, Carol, and
we love you guys too.
I'll see you soon, because you just live 3 houses down. So take care. Give your mom a hug.
Sean says, "LOL, this is going to be fun."
Oh yeah. It'll be fun in a gross sort of way. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm pretty sure that Crazy Food Crew is looking forward to it, and I'm not so sure about Destin Goblin. I know he's up for it. I'm just not sure how much he's looking forward to it.
Greg says, "Glad I made the finale. Gave me a great rest of the weekend. Colorado family and chapter."
Yes, and don't forget, Greg. Next, keep your Sunday open. So, because we got some recording to do, and I should have that script to you by tomorrow. Your Monday, probably later, like in the late afternoon or something. We'll see.
Sean says he's looking forward to it.
Me too. It's going to be fun, you know, and we'll see who wins. If it's not eating the whole sandwich, then we'll have to see who eats the most.
Yeah.
You know, we got to determine a winner, and we still have yet to get together and talk about the amounts of things. You know, we can't just, you know, willy nilly, you know, just wave the, you know, the chicken liver over the top of the sandwich. We got to put some in. So, you know, I just think we should probably figure out a way for everybody to put the same amount on their sandwiches, so that we're trying to be as even and as fair as possible. So, you know, we'll get together on that. I'm sure once we know for sure that the Hell Witch is going to win.
Jefferson's old guy. Do you have my email?
Is it on your channel? Is it, you know, if I went to your channel, do you have it posted there? If not, go ahead and give it to me. Well, the thing about giving it to Mrs. Old Guy here on the chat is I'll have to wait for 2 or 3 hours for Facebook to process the chat. So I'm hoping that it's on your channel.
Yeah, or he could email you.
Or
Colorado.
Yeah, or you could email me, real simple, oldguyincolorado@gmail.com. But if yours is, you know, on your homepage there, no problem. Yep.
Sean says, LOL, the most bites.
The most bites. Yeah, if it comes down to it, you know, I'll be lucky if I get past one.
Eli says, I think the winner will be who threw up the Wes. Sean agrees.
Could be. That could very well be.
And Steve says, I do hope you and Mrs. have a good week.
Well, thank you, Steve. I hope you do too. I hope you have a great week. I hope the good things come your way. In fact, I hope good things comes everybody's way this week. And we are going to get out of here, I think, a little bit early. I'm going to wait for another second so I can hear back from Jeff as to a email address. And other than that, I think we're going to be calling this one in the bag. It was a good dinner. You know, I'm always, you know, happy to have some dessert. I'm happy to have that too, but I'm always happy to have a breakfast for dinner.
Yep.
You know, food is food. You know, I've eaten pizza for breakfast, I don't know how many times, so guess it doesn't matter what you eat, when you eat it. So, well, only when you eat it, right? I don't know, even if that matters.
Steve says, hope your knee feels better.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm hoping that I get in to see the orthopedic surgeon this week, and you know, get something scheduled to do something, physical therapy, surgery, whatever needs to be done. I'm anxious to get it started.
Yep.
So, well, I don't know. Can you bring up his page and just see?
What am I looking for?
Just see if there's an address on his Adventures with Goats homepage. Sometimes it's on the homepage.
Yeah, Adventures with Ghosts, 719.
Okay, so
That says here, I guess.
okay, so but there's a full email address there.
It just says Adventures with Ghosts, 719, but it doesn't say with Yahoo or whatever.
No, okay, well, darn it, Jeff. Oh, if you would, go ahead and scroll that out or email me, old guy in Colorado, at Gmail.
He just sent you an email, he says.
Okay, great. So as soon as I'm done here, you know, we get the table and the, you know, stuff kind of straightened out, get my computer unhooked and moved back into my office. Everything.
Thanks for the stream as usual.
Oh, thank you, Ralph, Mr. Future.
Greg says let's hope the ball gets rolling as soon as possible with that knee phone.
Yes, thank you, Greg, and I'm really looking forward to working with you during these new George and Pudgy shows. The Halloween special is just the beginning for you, my friend, if you so desire it. Okay. All right. Well,
Got it, Joe.
I guess I've you got his address.
No, he did a food request.
Oh, what was it?
Navajo taco.
Oh, yes, sure. Yummy. That sounds good. And into the cage it goes. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Okay,
In the cage, guys.
we're all caught up on chat.
Okay.
Carol said yum, and Greg says can't wait for next week, Nate.
It's going to be fun. And all right. So those of you that have it coming, look for a script soon, tomorrow. And in the meantime, everybody have a great week. Be safe. Be happy. Get out and do something in your community. Give back a little bit somehow, some way. Okay. Till next Saturday. Goodbye.